Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore.
Good morning. So we had a lot of moving parts this morning. You can't see them, but there are people in this little box who will be joining us during the service. I ask that we all hold Jami and her family in prayer this morning as they are recovering from some physical thing that they brought back from England that they didn't mean to bring back. So we're going to get started, and we're going to do our first community song. And since you already know it and I know it, we're going to make it work. Here we go. Next to you. What happened to my sound? We live in the sanctuary. Okay, hang on. Here's what happened. Operator error. Put the clicker down before you pick the microphone up. Take two.
We come together.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of God. We come together. We come together, we come together, in the name of love. Three. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of God. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Yes, we do. All right. So, okay. I'm going to make it look like I know what I'm doing, kind of, sort of. And I'm going to rely on your grace for those moments where it doesn't look like that. So good morning. Welcome to everyone who I don't normally see on Sunday morning. We are so glad you have chosen to join us both here in the room and online. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. It is one of the greatest honors of my life. Thank you. So, if you play on any social media platform, we invite you to share this live stream on that platform. You can share it now, you can share it later. If it stresses you out to do so, please don't. There are enough of us that are happily engaged in that realm that it actually energizes us. We'll take care of that. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Here's what we most want you to know. That no matter who you are, no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, no matter what your spiritual journey is, you are welcome here, and beyond being welcome here, you are celebrated here. Because there's a difference, and we celebrate you. There are several ways to connect in spiritual community. You can check out our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events. You can email us at info@columbiacsl.com. You can call our office number at 410-750-8559. We will get back to you as quickly as we can, we being me and the mouse in my pocket. So who are we? Our vision is that we are contributing to a world that works for who? Everyone. There we go. One of the few words that only has one definition in the dictionary. It really does mean everyone. Our identity is that we are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together, we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. Our mission is that we are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual community where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. Now, as a community, our commitment to inclusion calls us to embrace and celebrate everyone's unique identity. We begin by recognizing our diverse abilities, ages, physical characteristics, gender identities, national origins, faiths and spiritual paths, sexual orientations, ethnicities, and races, just to name a few. And there are more. Then we experience one another at increasingly deeper levels as we grow together in classes, in workshops, in service to our shared spiritual community, and just hanging out together. And we come together in spiritual community on Sundays to celebrate life. So we're going to begin that this morning with gratitude. Thank you, Jesse, for doing our live stream. Those of you online, Jesse is your live stream tech this morning. Thank you, Jesse. And Zeta is our camera person. Thank you, Zeta. Thank you, Vaughn, for being here early, helping me set up everything, and for being on the audio board this morning. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mary Jane and Iodeli, for being our readers this morning. Thank you, Cindy Risser, and everyone who jumped in as her crew this morning to help set up all of the goodies back there for after service. Thank you, Karen Brown, for our congratulatory cake. Thank you, Don Henderson. If you're there online engaging with people, I can't see you, but I trust that you are. Yeah. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And so I just want to thank everybody who did anything to help bring us to this moment. And I want to thank everybody who is going to help us break it down at the end. Because we don't need to wait until afterwards to be grateful for something, because if we're waiting for afterwards, we really don't believe it's going to happen. I'm just saying. And so if we are grateful now, it actually will be. That's how it works, but that's a whole different talk. So, because we're mixing things up this morning, we are going to move right into our time of conscious giving, so that once we start all of the ceremonial stuff, we just flow in ceremony. So I invite you to take your gift in hand, whether it be in consciousness, whether it be in physical form, and let's repeat our giving affirmation together. I affirm that the abundance, do I not have it up there? There we go. See, I could tell there. I'm looking at here, and people are like, "Where is it?" I love how you communicate non-verbally. Thank you. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I freely give to sustain and grow the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living as my beloved spiritual community. I give to ensure Columbia CSL's continued availability to all spiritual seekers. And so I'm going to ask two people to come. And while they're collecting the offering here in the room, I just want to chat with our folks online and encourage you to be a part of sustaining this community. We love having you, and we are working on a structure to include you as actual members of this center, because some of you I know are with us every Sunday morning, and you deserve that, and we deserve that. And so I encourage you, either now or after service, to go to our website and participate in financially sustaining this community. Here you go, Dale. So I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude for the infinite sustaining itself as Columbia CSL, for the infinite as everyone who gives, sustaining themselves through giving, knowing that giving and receiving are simply different perspectives of the activity of the divine. And so we give as it gives to us, knowing that as we give back to ourselves in every expression of ourselves. And so it is. Okay, so now I'm going to invite Mary Jane up, and we're going to do our candle lighting ritual.
Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of love and law. And as we light this final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, and so it is.
Good morning. I'm Ayadeli. I'm a practitioner here, and I just love being here. Today's reading is entitled, I Am Only the House of Your Beloved, by Rumi. I am only the house of your beloved, not the beloved herself. True love is for the treasure, not for the coffer that contains it. The real beloved is that one who is unique, who is your beginning and your end. When you find that one, you'll no longer expect anything else. That is both the manifest and the mystery. That one is the Lord of the states of feeling, dependent on none. Month and year are slaves to that moon. Month and year are slaves to that moon. When we bid the state, it does the creation's bidding. When that one wills, bodies become spirit. Rumi, and so it is.
And so in the chaos of planet Earth right now, I got a download for a new meditation practice for us, at least through November. I'm just saying, maybe kinda sorta we could use it to help us stay centered. Maybe you're already there. Maybe you're not shifted by anything that happens. If that's true, please see me after service. I want to learn from you. 'Cause I'm not there all the time. And so, I am going to do a reading And then we're going to have a video meditation with sound, and I will bring us out of that with a prayer at the end. Your work from Quiet Talks with the Master by Eva Bell Werber. Come, my child, let peace be in your heart this day. Abide close to me and have no thought or fear for future days. Many new experiences lie ahead of you. In the soon coming days, you will realize, as you do not now, how far you have traveled on the path. Listen carefully to these words. Your work begins now, not in some future time as you are apt to think, but even now is service required of you. You will grow from now on by service. It shall not always be your choosing. Sometimes you may not even recognize it as service to me. But it is all planned, and you have a very definite place in the work which must go rapidly forward. You are learning to love the quiet of eventide, the quiet of the mountaintop, the quiet of dim-lit churches. All things that are sweet and lovely and still, your soul responds to as never before. It is as I choose, for then you hear my voice. Then you can reach the innermost paths of your being and show you my way and direct your steps. Oh, beloved, seek every opportunity to be with me. Then shall the world and its bitter strife and loud clamor have no effect on you. For you shall be abiding in the secret place of the Most High and learning the secrets of the sanctuary of your Lord.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. I find myself. for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence, I find God. I find God. I find
the silence, I recognized the infinite, the source, the substance, creator and creation, the unnameable one, yet known by many, many names. Love, peace, power, presence, God, Buddha, Allah. great mystery, and so many more. I recognize that it is the breath of life breathing itself, expressing itself, individualized, exquisitely individualized in the multiplicity and diversity of creation. No two expressions alike, by design, by intention. And so I know that I am a one-of-a-kind, never to be repeated, individualized, intentional expression of divinity itself, living life as me. And what is true of me is true of all. And so I claim and affirm that reality, fully present, fully unimpeded, present, active, real, every moment of every day. I claim it. I claim a healing is happening within the physical realm, in the nature, the mineral, the flora, the fauna, everything that crawls, the animals, and yes, humanity. I'm grateful because I know it is already done, that its manifestation is independent of condition. And so I claim it. I live in the gratitude of it. Already manifest. Already manifest. And I let myself feel that. And I let go of anything and everything that would question it, that would doubt it, that would fear its absence. I let all that go. And I stand in the reality that it is. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Give us a second to get back in our bodies. Okay. The making of a practitioner. So, before I get started on all the nuts and bolts of how that happens, I want to thank everybody who supported every one of us at any point in time becoming a practitioner. Here's how it goes. To our partners, spouses, children, parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, friends, colleagues, employers, practitioners, proctors, ministers, and mentors, thank you for listening to our often incessant whining about all of the unholy demands of our choice. For being our personal guinea pigs for various and sundry class projects. For all of the dishes that didn't get washed, the laundry that went undone, the housekeeping that went unkept, The yards that went unmowed, the leaves that went unraked, and the weeds that went rogue in our gardens. For the date nights, dinners, and Sunday brunches that were invaded by Ernest, Emma, and Thomas. For all of the quiet times imposed upon you by our online conference calls and class sessions, yes, we too once thought Zoom meant quick. For managing all the messy moments and meltdowns that are apparently mandatory in the making of a practitioner. You have been the cooling oil of our whetstones as we were honed and sharpened. You have been our voice of sanity in those moments when we could no longer access sound reasoning. You have been our beacon of light guiding us back when we wandered off course. You have tethered us to yourself with love and compassion that truly surpasses human understanding. You believed in us when we were overwhelmed by self-doubt. And no matter how many times and different ways we thought about quitting, you refused to give up on us. Time after time, you picked us up, dusted us off, and set us back on course. You have been our refuge in the storms of self-discovery. You have each been manifestations of grace and have earned your place right beside Job as pillars of patience. So, through absolutely no authority vested in us, but instead as your love reciprocated, we hereby confer upon each of you the unofficial designation of Masters of Practitioner Makers. None of us would be here without you. None of us. So thank you. All right, so the nuts and bolts, because I want to use this as a time to educate people who don't know about becoming a practitioner, because it matters that you as a community understand this. These are going to go pretty quickly. So there are prerequisites before you even get into practitioner studies. Practitioners have to pick one foundational level course. I'm not going to read everything on the slides, and they're going to move pretty quickly. So one foundational course. One about Ernest Holmes' philosophy. It's really easy to choose because there's only one offered. The Essential Ernest Holmes. We have to pick one from history and philosophy. And I will tell you, there is a significant difference between exploring the roots of science of mind and from whence we came. And practitioners that choose from whence we came are taking a deep, deep dive into this teaching. It's like exploring roots of science of mind is high school, and from whence we came is graduate school. And then there are 3 from consciousness studies. Now, there are 3 slides of electives, which I'm not going to put up. You can pick 2 from consciousness and 1 from electives, because all of the electives are about consciousness anyway, so I'm not sure why we divide it up that way, but we do. So, that is 6 prerequisite classes before we ever get there. What that amounts to is between 48 and 60 weeks of class, which is between 120 and 150 hours of actual class time. plus the study time. And then, if that's not enough, to go into practitioner studies, they have to be interviewed for readiness. It's not a given. And then they go into practitioner studies, which is 2 years, 30 weeks each year of continuous study. It's a lot. Then they take a written exam. And just because they can prove it on paper does not mean they're done. Because then there is a licensing panel where they meet with a licensed minister and 2 licensed practitioners who have been in service, who have relicensed at least once. Okay? That's what our brother Amon did yesterday. Don't you love how they just assume you passed? I love that. I love that. They just assume you passed. Awesome. Believe it, and it is so. So, once they're licensed, they're not done. They're not done. It's like that commercial, but wait, there's more. Their license is good for 2 years. During that 2 years, they have to document 250 identifiable hours of continuing licensing units. Those include being of service as a practitioner, as a licensed practitioner. Still not done. During that 2 years, they have to get 45 hours of continuing education. And then they have to meet with their senior minister to establish their readiness to continue as licensed practitioners. And then they pay $200 to the organization for their license for the next 2 years. So I want you to really get these human beings are well-trained professionals to care for you. It's not just an idea they had. It's a calling that their lives are committed to. Now, school used to look like this, and now it looks like this. But there's a process happening on the inside that looks like this. I think, yeah. This is what happens as you study. When you're coming to terms with your divinity over and over and over, this is what it looks like on the inside. Am I wrong? No. And if you follow these teachings, you too can have this privilege of wrestling with yourself to heal. Now, then there is the practice of being a practitioner, where no matter what is happening, your job, your commitment, your oath, your profession is to stay in truth. When the wheels fall off, you keep driving because you understand that the wheels can't fall off. And here's what that looks like. Over and over again. This is what it looks like. Everything's falling out of the boat, but not me. They're agile. They're quick. So that's what the mental process looks like as we're being practitioners. None of them knew that was coming. It is so true. You know, it's like social media has its place in ministry. Because I'm like, oh, that's it right there. So this morning we're here to celebrate all practitioners, and we're going to start with our currently licensed practitioners. And I have two of them that are joining us remotely because they're not able to be here in person. We also have Idalia, who, for whatever reasons, unbeknownst to me, is not logged in. And I'm going to show you a video of these people, and I want you to notice how many years of service, because you'll see that along the bottom, how long these people have been committed to this call.
In my pain, there inside my weakness is the seed of something greater in me, and the shame of not choosing higher, and all the disappointing moments fade into God. Prisoner of anguish in a jail of I'm so lonely, a jail of all is lost, but the stars are shining to remind us a seed will need the darkness to change into new life, and no it all fades in.
Right? Yes, you are. And as a married man, I have a confession. I'm in love with 8 people. At least. But just watching that, I was just like, I am so completely in love with all of you. All right, where did my notes go? There you are. You wouldn't think they could hide because they don't have legs. Okay. So, I'm going to invite the licensed practitioners to join me up here, and maybe one over there and a couple over here. And here are our 3 that are joining us online. Yeah, that would be now. So if you all will turn and face your community. As licensed religious science practitioners, you serve this community in countless ways. You support me, this center, and all life through your commitment, love, service, and prayer. A practitioner is a state of consciousness which heals by revealing truth. In the words of Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, the perception of wholeness is the consciousness that heals. You have committed to a life in this consciousness of wholeness by perceiving God in and as all life. You are professionals who have dedicated your lives, your time, and your energy to living spiritual principles while recognizing God in every person and every situation. The sacred path you walk is being honored here today. You have chosen to serve God, Centers for Spiritual Living, and specifically Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. By fully living the teachings of Science of Mind, each of you has followed your heart and has answered yes to the calling of Spirit Individualized as you for many years. And so I'm going to ask you some questions, and if you are in agreement with it, you simply respond, I do. Do you recommit yourself to conduct your office as a licensed religious science practitioner with dignity, integrity, and sincere devotion?
I do.
Do you recommit yourself to serve whoever calls upon you for prayer?
I do.
Do you recommit yourself to the constant recognition of the one Spirit within all people?
I do.
Do you recommit yourself to continued study and the expansion of your relationship with the divinity within you?
I do.
Do you recommit yourself to hold inviolate the confidentiality and identity of those you serve?
I do.
The vows of recommitment that you have made are sacred, and the work you do is holy. I honor you as a vital and integral part of this community. You are the healing and teaching activity of this ministry. Your outward expression of your inward covenant with God is your holy consecration. It is my joyous responsibility to hold your license under the authority of my own, to serve you and to support you as your minister. Thank you for your service to Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, humanity, and all of life. Namaste. Thank you for joining us, my 3 TV stars. So you're free to log off camera because we're done with your part now. We're not there yet. No, not yet. Because here's the thing. Anyone who practices science of mind is a practitioner. The only difference being a license. When I was researching for this ceremony, I learned something about Dr. Holmes. I knew he had a backbone, but he really has a backbone. Ernest Holmes based the teachings in part on Christian Science. Right? And Ernest had studied Christian Science in Boston with Emma Curtis Hopkins. Right? So we ought, most of us know that. Here's what we don't all know. I didn't know it. He dropped the study of Christian Science in Boston when he was told that only licensed practitioners could pray in public. Brother Ernest said, This followed him being chastised for a public prayer in the absence of his teacher. Now, before I came here, people were praying from the platform that were not licensed practitioners. Right? Because anyone who practices science of mind is a practitioner. Now, there's some caveats, because we do intentionally have a prayer structure. And it is structured that way because prayer works, and we learn to pray in truth rather than in condition, because we don't need or want to create more of the condition, right? And so there is a practice of learning how to do it. We've spent the last couple of months learning spiritual mind treatment. And so I'm going to invite anyone in this room who is not a licensed practitioner, who wants to take their own vow of being a practitioner, to please stand. For those of you online, you can participate in this too. So, anybody ready to make a commitment to practice these teachings in your daily lives? There you go. Most of you are already doing it. I promise it won't be painful. Now, this is for non-licensed individuals who are committing to practice science of mind. That's all it is. Because if you practice science of mind, voila, you be a practitioner. All right? So, here's the question. Do you commit yourself to living the teachings of science of mind with dignity, integrity, and sincere devotion? And do you commit yourself to the constant recognition of the one Spirit within all people? And do you commit yourself to the continued study and expansion of your own relationship with the divine? See, not hard stuff. Stuff you're doing anyway. And do you commit yourself to be present in community with one another? So by the power vested in me by the divine, I hereby confer upon you the title of laity practitioner, which has no license and yet total liberty. Thank you. And now we're going to have some fun. Let me get all official here. So you've seen all of the requirements to become a licensed practitioner. Our beloved Eamon has fulfilled those requirements. And yesterday, he completed his panel. Who fell in love with him, surprise, surprise. So, as we've already shown, right, this process of becoming a practitioner, a licensed practitioner, changes us. So before I bring Eamon up, remember I love you. Oh, stop.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. No, what and nothing goes unchanged. The young become the old. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. No, what and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. A wounded heart will heal, but never much too soon. No, nothing goes unchanged. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. No, what and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds, rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, sun lights up the sky. nothing stays the same. That's the way of time. Everything must change.
Thank you, Joe. That last clip, I checked in with Eamon to see how he was doing, and that was his response. Please join me, sir.
Amen, amen.
So this is about you, so I'm going to let you stand right there and face and just be in your community. I will share this. It has been an incredible journey to watch you so humbly and so sacredly approach this journey of becoming a licensed practitioner. Thank you for how you honor the divine in all of life and these teachings. Now, as a licensed religious science practitioner, you will serve this community in countless ways. You will continue to support me, this center, and all life through your commitment, love, service, and prayer. A licensed practitioner is a state of consciousness which heals by revealing truth. In the words of Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, the perception of wholeness is the consciousness that heals. Are you ready to commit to this life, to live in this consciousness of wholeness by perceiving God in and as all life?
I am.
The sacred path you have chosen to walk is being honored today. You have chosen to serve God, Centers for Spiritual Living, and specifically Columbia Centers for Spiritual Living, by fully living the teachings of Science of Mind. You have followed your heart and answered yes to the calling of Spirit individualized as you through your studies, personal growth, and the licensing process. Do you commit yourself to conduct your office as a licensed religious science practitioner with dignity, integrity, and sincere devotion?
I do.
Do you commit yourself to serve whoever calls upon you for prayer?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to the constant recognition of the one Spirit within all people?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to continued study and the expansion of your relationship with the divinity within you?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to hold inviolate the confidentiality and identity of those you serve?
Yes.
The vows of commitment that you have made are sacred, and the work that you do is holy. I honor you as a vital and integral part of this community. You are becoming a part of the healing and teaching activity of this ministry. So I'm going to invite Joe to join us. This stole is a symbol of your outward expression of your inner covenant with God that is your holy consecration. It is my joyous responsibility to hold your license under the authority of my own, to serve you and to support you as your minister. And so, by the authority vested in me as an ordained minister of Centers for Spiritual Living, and on behalf of the members of your licensing panel, I do hereby confer upon you the license of religious science practitioner and officially induct you as a licensed practitioner in service to Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Alrighty, you may be seated, sir. Are we all filled up? So, if you have prayer requests, I just couldn't not do this with a new slide. Ha! There are prayer request forms over there on the table by the window. There is a Soji screen out here. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say one of them will be willing to pray with you. There is plenty of practitioners to pray with this morning. Pick one. Oh, hello. You know, if you've never experienced it, there's like a 30-second to 45-second delay between what's happening in the room and the live stream, and so it's like all of a sudden it pops back in, and that's what I just did. It's a weird thing. Yes, time travel. Okay. RSCP means religious science. R, religious. S, lowercase c, science. P, practitioner. That's what it means. Thank you, Eugene. All right. So we are officially done except for our closing song. And this is going to be our closing song for a while to remind us. I want us to leave every Sunday in a place of remembering what's true, what the greatest power there is. So, sit, stand, run in circles, however it works for you. We do not today. So you can affirm your commitment as practitioners. Moment in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. Oh my God, you sound so beautiful. Only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. It's time to celebrate. Thank you, beloveds. Let's celebrate and have a fabulous week, unless you've already made other plans.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feel like I'm walking on marbles. Can't steal the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound. And everybody said, something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Long dark night, my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, pull me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I know I'm not the only one to live inside these blues. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you. Oh, love is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Compassion's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My faith keeps calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper than I've never been before. God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been.